let's kick things off with a question that might make you pause for a second. How much do you really know about your own body? Well, here's the thing. Even though we're all familiar with our bodies, there's so much more going on beneath the surface. Did you know that every single man has over 600 muscles in his body? That's like having a whole gym inside you, and yet most of us don't even realize how many muscles we have until we start working out. It's kind of like your body is a superhero with a secret identity, just waiting for you to unlock its full potential. But wait, there's more. Did you know that the average man has about 10 pounds of skin? That's enough to cover an entire small car, and it's constantly working overtime. Your skin isn't just a layer. It's your body's first line of defense against all sorts of invaders like bacteria and UV rays. And here's another fun fact. Your skin is actually alive. It contains millions of tiny cells that are constantly renewing themselves. So every time you take a shower, you're basically shedding old skin to make way for new, fresh skin. That's not just a skincare routine. It's a full-blown cellular upgrade. Now, let's talk about something even more surprising. Your body is made up of over 30 trillion cells. That's like having a city with billions of people living in it, except instead of humans, they're all microscopic. These tiny cells are the building blocks of everything you do, from breathing to thinking. And here's where things get really wild. Your body actually contains more bacteria than human cells. Yes, that's right. The microbes living inside and on your body outnumber your own cells by a factor of 10. So next time you brush your teeth or take a shower, remember, you're not just cleaning yourself. You're also giving a big hug to the tiny life forms that call your body home. But hold on, there's one more thing that might make you rethink everything you thought you knew about your body. Did you know that men have a unique way of regulating their temperature? Unlike women, who can adjust their body heat by changing blood flow in their skin, men rely mostly on sweating to cool down. That's why guys often end up looking like they've been through a sauna after a long day at the gym or even just walking around in the sun. It's not that we're less efficient. It's just a different strategy. So next time you see a guy wiping his forehead, don't think he's lazy. Think of him as a natural air conditioner. So there you have it. The male body is more than just muscles and bones. It's a complex, dynamic system with secrets that even the most seasoned scientists are still uncovering. From skin to cells to temperature regulation, your body is like a mystery waiting to be solved. And who knows, maybe one day, we'll discover something so bizarre that it'll make you question everything you thought you knew about being human. Okay, let's talk about something that's definitely not a topic for polite conversation, your penis. But hold on, it's way more than just a tool for reproduction or a source of embarrassment. Did you know it has its own built-in cleaning system? Yep, that's right. The foreskin actually acts like a little umbrella, shielding the head of the penis from dirt and bacteria. And when you get aroused, the foreskin retracts, allowing the glands to be exposed, kind of like a natural shower. So, no need for extra cleaning tools, thanks to this clever design. But wait, there's more. The penis isn't just about getting it up, it plays a role in communication too. You might not think about it, but during sexual activity, the penis can send signals through touch and pressure. It's like a silent language between partners, helping to build intimacy and connection. Plus, the way it responds to stimuli can be an indicator of overall health, so if something feels off, it might be worth checking with a doctor. And here's one that'll make you do a double take. The penis has its own set of nerves that are more sensitive than your fingertips. That's why some people experience intense sensations during sexual activity. But don't worry, it's not just about pleasure. It also helps in the process of reproduction by delivering sperm to the right place at the right time. So next time you're feeling a bit extra sensitive, remember, it's all part of the plan. Oh, and did you know that the penis can actually grow longer when you're aroused? It's not just about getting bigger, it's about increasing blood flow to help with sexual function. But here's the kicker. Once you're done, it goes back to its normal size. So if you ever feel like your penis is acting like a balloon, don't panic. It's just doing what it's supposed to do. In short, the penis is an amazing organ that does way more than most people realize. From self-cleaning to communication and reproduction, it's got a whole range of functions that keep things running smoothly. So next time you're thinking about your anatomy, remember, there's a lot more going on under the surface than meets the eye. Alright, let's talk about the testicles, those little guys that are more than just sperm factories. Did you know they're actually part of a complex system designed to keep things running smoothly in your body? Well, it turns out their job is way more than just making sperm. They also produce a hormone called testosterone, which is super important for everything from muscle growth to maintaining your sex drive. So yeah, they're not just the source of sperm. They're basically the body's little hormone factory. But wait, there's more. The testicles are actually pretty clever when it comes to temperature control. You might have heard that they hang outside the body, and that's no accident. Their job is to stay a few degrees cooler than the rest of your body because sperm production requires a lower temperature. If they were inside, like in the abdomen, they'd be too hot for the sperm to survive. So, they've evolved this cool trick of hanging out in the scrotum, which acts like a natural thermostat. It's like having a built-in cooling system that you don't even have to plug in. Oh, and here's another fun fact. Testicles are actually pretty sensitive. They're packed with nerve endings, which is why they can be so painful when something goes wrong. But it's not just about pain. Their sensitivity also plays a role in sexual function. The nerves help send signals to the brain that something is happening down there, which is essential for arousal and pleasure. So, while they might seem like a simple part of your anatomy, they're actually quite sophisticated in how they work. Now, let's talk about hormones again because testicles are responsible for producing not just testosterone but also other important hormones like inhibin and relaxin. Inhibin helps regulate the production of follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, which is crucial for sperm development. Relaxin, on the other hand, plays a role in regulating the male reproductive system during different stages of life. So, they're not just making sperm, they're also keeping things balanced and in check. And here's something that might surprise you. Testicles can actually change size depending on the time of day or even your level of arousal. When you're aroused, blood flow increases to the area, causing them to swell slightly. This is a natural response and part of the body's way of preparing for sexual activity. So, if you ever notice they look bigger when you're excited, that's just your body doing what it does best, getting ready for action. Alright, let's dive into the male brain because yes, it's different from the female brain, but that doesn't mean it's better or worse. First off, you might have heard that men and women process information differently, but here's the kicker. These differences are more about structure than superiority. For example, studies show that male brains tend to have a larger prefrontal cortex, which is linked to decision-making and impulse control. But wait, does that mean guys are better at making decisions? Not exactly. It just means their brain has a different layout for handling those tasks. Now, let's talk about the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for emotions. Research suggests that male brains have a slightly larger amygdala compared to female ones. But here's where things get interesting. This doesn't mean men are more emotional or less emotional. It just means their brain is wired differently when it comes to processing fear and aggression. So if you're ever wondering why some guys seem to react more intensely to scary situations, that might be the amygdala at work. Still, don't assume it makes them better at handling stress, because honestly, we all have our limits. Another fun fact, male brains are generally less connected in certain areas compared to female brains. This means that while men may excel in tasks requiring spatial reasoning or problem solving, women often outperform in verbal fluency and multitasking. But hold on, this isn't a competition. It's just how the brain is wired. Think of it like comparing two different types of tools. One might be better for building a house, and the other for painting a picture. Both are essential, but they serve different purposes. And let's not forget about hormones. Testosterone, which is more prevalent in men, can influence brain development during childhood. This hormone has been linked to increased aggression and risk-taking behavior, but again, this doesn't make men better at anything. It just means their brains are shaped by different chemical signals. So if you ever see a guy taking risks or being more assertive, it's not because he's superior, it's because his brain is responding to the hormones that came with it. In short, male and female brains are like two sides of the same coin, different in structure and function, but both equally complex. The key takeaway? Don't assume one is better than the other. Instead, appreciate how these differences allow for a wide range of skills and abilities. After all, if we were all the same, where would the fun be? We'd have no variety, no competition, and definitely no interesting facts to talk about. Alright, let's talk about something that's basically a walking beard for half the population, men's facial hair. You know, that stuff you either love or hate, depending on whether you're brushing it or shaving it off. But here's the thing. Not all men have beards, and women don't grow them at all. So why is that? Well, it's not just about genetics, it's a whole evolutionary story wrapped in some pretty cool biology. The short answer is hormones. Specifically, testosterone. Men produce way more of this hormone than women do, and testosterone is the key player when it comes to facial hair growth. Think of it like a secret handshake between your body and your genes. If you're a man, your body says, "Hey, let's grow some hair on our faces." But wait, why would evolution even bother with that? Well, maybe it's not just about looking tough or being cool. It might have had some serious survival advantages. Back in the day, when humans were more like hunter-gatherers and less like Instagram influencers, facial hair could have been a big deal. For one thing, it might have helped men look more intimidating to rivals. Imagine two guys face to face, both with beards. Probably not the best idea if you're trying to avoid a fight. Plus, facial hair could have provided some kind of protection for the face during fights or when using tools. It's like a natural helmet minus the helmet. Another theory is that facial hair might have played a role in attracting mates. Studies suggest that women find men with beards more attractive, especially if they're older and have more experience. But here's where it gets interesting. Some research even suggests that beards can make men look more dominant or mature, which could be a big plus when it comes to dating. So maybe evolution didn't just give us beards for protection, it also gave us an edge in the dating game. But let's not forget about the other side of the coin. Women don't grow facial hair because they have lower levels of testosterone. That's pretty straightforward, right? But it's not like women can't grow any hair at all, just not on their faces. Instead, they tend to grow more body hair, which might have had its own evolutionary purpose. Maybe it helped with temperature regulation or even social signaling in some way. Either way, the fact that men and women have such different patterns of hair growth is pretty fascinating when you think about it.